What's up, YouTube and fellow artists alike? It's your guy who's pretty bad at intro stream coming at you with Ricochet versus AJ Styles. And Michael Cole beat me to it. So, if any of you guys are watching All Elite Wrestling right now, tell me what you think of Ricochet in AEW. Me personally, not a fan. I don't necessarily think he should have left WWE because I think WWE could have done something with him. Maybe he could have just gone to TNA. I don't think AEW is the best place for him because it's not gonna change anything. If you want an alternative to go to, and this is just my opinion, I don't mean to hate on AEW or anything, I love AEW, but I'm not a fan of what the product has become recently. And I do think that TNA is probably the best place to go to if you want to be a star. If WWE does not want you at all. I mean, look at Ali, look at nickname of formerly Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali. I mean, those guys are thriving right now, so I do believe Ricochet could have done that, but I mean, yeah. And another thing is, sorry, this is turning into a I hate AEW rant, which is not necessarily the case, although I am ranting, but I don't hate AEW, like I said. I'm not a fan of the freaking bloated roster, I mean, half of the roster is now completely gone, and from 2019, they're gone. They either went to WWE, TNA, or went back to ROH, which AEW owns, funny enough. But they're not listening to the audience in terms of what they want. I mean, they have a niche audience, so I get it. They're probably listening to them because they know that they will eat it up. But I do think that AEW needs to create better stars and just less bullshit backstage, But yeah, look, if they can do something with Ricochet, I'm all on board with it. Doesn't help the fact that the guy, what he did on Twitter was kind of douchey, or X if you'd like to call it. But yeah, if they can really turn that around, and I mean really turn that around the way, like in an MJF kind of way, in terms of star power, like, you know what I mean, then maybe that'll change my mind on Ricochet, but so far I'm just not much of a fan anymore. I mean, I love the players in 2K23, but I mean, that's just it. I mean, he has a cool moveset and all, but so does Joaquin Wild and Rey Mysterio. But yeah, tell me in the comments, I mean, just to create conversation, who would you want to see as world champion in the future in WWE? Would you like to see AJ Styles with one more run as WWE champion, or Universal, not Universal, why not say Universal, as world champion on Raw? So I believe that NXT Level Up goes head to head with AEW Rampage, and that is something I just discovered like a few days or weeks ago. Not even a few, like I think it was 2 weeks. And I was wondering, I may be wrong as to why fans don't necessarily hype that up the way they did NXT and Dynamite back in the day. You know, it goes head to head with AEW Rampage. So, yeah. But, I guess since they're both kind of like, Rampage now, it's not necessarily like the B show anymore. That's Collision now. Level Up is basically on par with Rampage, and you can see I was trying to do a springboard attack, failing miserably. But still, I think dark matches and dark match type shows like Velocity and Heat, they're all worth watching if you just want good old fashioned wrestling, you know. Somebody like me that just appreciates a good match, especially when it comes to like unknown talent. Like that's how I became a fan of oh boy, you first mocked Triple H, now you want to mock The Rock. That's a joke, by the way, guys. I'm sure that was just a tribute thing. If you know, you know. So that's how I became a fan of MJF in the first place, because I watched All In like 5-6 years ago, and I just became a fan of the guy. I was very new to the outside world of WWE. That's not WWE. 6 years ago, because there was a time where I just started getting sick of it, you know, like sick of WWE's constant nonsense. And I just was looking for an alternative, and All In happened to have, like, just start the whole elite movement, and I happened to somewhat be a part of that, you know. So, yeah. So if anybody's gonna come up to me and say, "Oh, you a WWE loyalist and whatever," no, I'm not. I've been an AEW fan since day one. I may not watch it anymore, but that's only because of the fact that it's just crap right now. The shows are crap right now. You're not listening to the audience. You're not necessarily listening to the fan base. That's just one point, you know. They're trying to be WWE, basically, and that's something that I'm not a fan of. And I specifically remember them saying that they were never going to try and be WWE. They were always going to try and just be their own thing. And it's like they kind of lie to us, you know. Especially Nitro. Like, if you look at the freaking Collision logo, that is Nitro on blast right there. I was happy with wrestling on TNT because, it's nostalgic, but there's only so much that you can do, you know. I think they just need to do what WWE did with the budget cuts. Like, if you're not going to use somebody, don't bother keeping them or paying them, because that's how you're going to go out. You know, and we need an alternative in wrestling. WWE is good right now, and they thrive on competition. So I think AEW needs to be around. I just think that they have a Tony Khan problem. Hopefully he doesn't stumble across this, because that guy is everywhere. He's like the boogeyman of wrestling. Shout out to Boogeyman, by the way. And that's how I lost, guys. That is definitely how I lost. They did it, what a Yeah, guys. Well, that's it. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.
Victory against the phenomenal one.
And AJ cannot believe it. He thought he had Ricochet measured and calculated, but tonight, he was wrong.
Kanu!